Nuface, what it do?
Turn this background off. Hold on. Let's see.
It's all
Let me
great, baby.
turn
Yeah,
this
out of
back.
nowhere, Zoom wanted to go ahead and wanted to update their system on me. I was like, okay,
Okay.
there we go.
I'm just trying to see how I take this background off me though.
Take your time. Take your time. I went on and bought the account, baby. We ain't short time, baby. We got all kind of time. All kind of time. You heard me? Look, New Face with a cameo of New Face.
You see it, right?
No doubt.
Over there at Rick Ross' crib.
Oh, nice. Oh,
Uh,
the promised land.
the car and bike show. Yes, indeed.
Oh,
The car
nice.
and bike show.
That's cool.
Uh,
Give me an opportunity to possibly adjust some things
yeah,
on.
yeah.
You heard me? Let me adjust a few things. See if I could lift this a little higher. Let's see if that's gonna do anything. Will that do anything? Nah, it probably could. Let me know.
Mm, Nah.
Yeah. Nah, it's uh
Yeah.
pointing to the opposite. There you go.
Here we go.
You know what? Is if this your phone or your laptop?
Oh, phone. Want me to do
Test out.
sideways?
Yeah, man. Hold on. You got the audacity to pull out these cassettes. God damn. Lord have
Yeah.
mercy.
I got my background.
Hey, bruh. Wow, bruh. Say,
Yeah.
bruh. Say, bruh. Like, damn.
There you go.
God damn. God damn. Hey,
Nice and fit.
that man, God. Say, first of all, just to even be in a stack of just to be in a stack of man,
Mm.
just to be in this stack of releases alone, I am just tripping. Look at this, bro. Tupac. You heard me? T.I., trap music, LL Cool J, Radio, Slick, Rick, Big Ed the Assassin, Mia X, Mama, Drama, Fiend, There's One Nerve, Family, Max, Shell, Shock, Soldier Slim, Given to a Raw, Fiend, Street Life, Double Dribble uh
Nintendo.
on Nintendo. That's the one we used to pull out the freezer and had to blow the cartridge to
Yes,
put it back
sir.
in Nintendo for it to work. On top of that, BG is all on you. Volume two, Tim Smooth, the franchise player. Oh my God, bro. Oh, bro. New face. For having Tim in that pile alone, I
Come
think
on, man. I had to do, I had to do my due diligence. And we got more in the cut. That's just,
that's
you know,
that's a blink.
that's light work.
That's like that's a blink. It's a blink. Don't
That's just cassette. That's just cassettes. We can go CDs. We can go. We
hey,
can
this,
CDs. It don't matter.
this is crazy. Say, bro. And you know what's funny? I'm gonna tell you what's so let me tell you what's so arguably in your favor. Just one thing of a minute. So dope about yourself. The same way I reacted just now from seeing just these collectibles that you have, right? I guarantee it's the same reaction you get from everybody that you run across that has their face and name on these CDs, cassettes, and posters.
Yeah, it's usually that, and it's like, damn, I ain't even got one of these, and I made this one.
And I made
Man,
it, motherfucker. Hey, it takes me back to like the innocence of it.
yeah,
But when the person first heard themselves on the radio, when a person first saw they posted in a CD record store, on the street, somebody's street team and they stuff. My brother Nuface, I appreciate you coming on, getting up early this morning to do this interview. Just a chop up session with you.
Yes, sir. It's an honor, man. I seen your episodes before, seen prior, birth from the pandemic, but we're gonna keep it on going, man. You know what I'm saying? It's an honor. It's always great to see you in the city, man. Shout out to, Bishop, ATL 20, the New
Hey, that's
Orleans,
a brother.
and I know tour came to Atlanta, you put it down, man. You know what I'm saying? But like you said, this before we even knew each other personally, just know you was my brother,
Sure.
and think with my dog Junior Mac and just learning the history from him. And then, I'm like, oh shit, I learned more history. And then I finally went down to the Essence Fest and really chopped up in y'all land, man. Went to Peaches and went to, KLC, went to the barbershops and seen your pictures on the wall with Tim Smooth. Like I felt like, yeah, okay. I went to Acme, ate me some oysters, some fried oysters, some alligators, you know what I'm saying?
For
I
sure.
found out Popeyes really do taste different in New Orleans.
I try to
Hey,
tell people, I live in New York for 4 years, right?
yeah.
I was like, the Popeyes, I was so hungry. You hear me? The Popeyes was good. Well, I've been all over the world and I tell people, bro, I don't know what it is, but I really think it tastes different at home. You feel me?
Nah, I
Yeah,
seen it.
you
I
see it for
taste it.
yourself.
And they had the chicken. I was going one I went to, man. The chickens was just walking around too. I was like, damn, do they know they is them the chickens that's going?
He must have had you in the seven ward. You hear me? Like,
Yeah. That
please
buddy was walking around probably looking for his family, his parents and shit. He was
talk
like,
about,
damn,
man, look, hey, I done lost my dog. You seen him?
that nigga in that two-piece box right now.
That two-piece box, bro. That's horrible. That's horrible.
Yeah.
And you know what? We are like New Orleans is like a third world country domestically.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't processed that. You could walk around and not see yourself and your city in a certain light because you just don't know no better. Until I went to Jamaica, until I went to some other places, I didn't realize how, bro, y'all is just like that, bro.
Yeah. Yep.
A tourism city, country, a tourism state, a tourism type of environment when most people eat off the tourism, right? Entertainment, you know what I'm saying? Entertaining the people that's visiting, you know what I
Mm-hmm.
mean? And you could be in a rich neighborhood and blink and be in the poorest part of the city.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
It's like that back home though. In Detroit, same way, bro. You go downtown, you got the casinos, you got the beautiful waterfront. Man, you cross that street, bro, go down Woodward to Jefferson, man, take it down, like you said, a block down. You're gonna see neighborhoods where it's probably two houses on the block. You know what I'm saying? And then the rest of them burn down or they spots or they just run down. It's like probably three people live on one whole block. And you're like, dang, but you go, like you said, right here is tourists. You got the Motor City, you got the Statue of the Spirit, the spirit of Joe Louis Arena. Everything is downtown, but you, like you said, a block away, looks like a third world country, my boy.
bro, real talk. Man, tell me this here, new phase. Like being born and raised in Detroit, um, what was that like for you? You know what I'm saying? Somebody, because we didn't know you were going to be this historical bridge,
Mm-hmm.
a hip hop historian like you are. Like, you know what I'm saying? The reason why I say that is because the same way I reacted, bro, people don't get a chance to tap into that innocence of themselves. And I know better if I'm still doing that. I can imagine anybody else doing that too, because it takes them back to when it wasn't a whole lot of the business, the money. It wasn't none of it. Was just the fact that I love this new genre of music. You know what I'm saying? And I'm just engulfed in it. You feel me? So you've been born and raised in Detroit. When did this happen for you? Like, you know what I'm saying? When did this happen for you as a kid, growing up in Motown City, baby? You feel me? Like the
Yeah,
birthplace of Motown. You feel me? On top of that.
yeah,
What happened for you, bro? Like when did hip hop grab you like this? To when you was like, oh, I'm locked in.
yeah. I'll say just it started with music in general. So, like you said, Motown. So I just take Coleman Young Boulevard. My mother stayed right there, right next to the Motown Museum, right? So that history is like right, like literally, I can look out my window and see, that history as a kid. Didn't know how important it was for me, And then I can imagine, being with my grandmother. My grandmother did Aretha Franklin's hair. You know what
Right.
I'm saying? So I'm probably a baby just, with my grandma and she's doing somebody hair. Who knew this was Aretha Franklin, the Queen of Soul, you know what I'm saying? But or my grandmother or my mother telling stories of like, the Temptations of the guys that's sitting on the corner and they doing they ciphers like rap cipher, but they sing and they serenade on the city block. Like that's how it was. But I'm a kid again. Again, every kid got this story when it's Sunday and your mother's playing, she playing Pat Benatar, some Rick James, some Vanity Six, some Prince, you know what I'm
Right.
saying? So as a kid, music was always in my life. And then I had cousins who were a little bit older, but that's the ones that introduced me to hip hop. They bumping the radio when the LL and the Kumo D beef was on the radio, and I'm like trying to dub the tape and putting, my auntie's Jehovah Witness tape, putting tissue in it and turning it into a blank tape to record diss songs over Jehovah Witness church tapes. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But it wasn't until my father took me and my cousin to the mall and went and got us Adidas tracksuits. We got the black suits with the three red stripes. He bought us the t-shirts. He bought us the shell toes Adidas, and he bought three of those. And I'm thinking, shit, I'm about to be fresh as hell in school tomorrow. Like I'm thinking, like, oh, that was the win for me, period. But then we end up going to Joe Louis Arena, and I go inside, and this is a place where like I went before, but it's for the circus, or I went for monster trucks, or I went for just so I'm thinking it's gonna be some kid stuff. So we put the outfits on, man. We go in there, and I see three white boys on the stage, and I hear, "We gotta fight for our right to party," and this is the Beastie Boys, and so I'm still like not even grasping it, but I remember vividly them walking around the stage and this acting the fool and everybody doing it. Then we get this brother right here, a brother black man sitting on the radio, just him and a DJ. All I need is a radio, and then I need love, and it's connecting now because I remember hearing I need love on the radio. Bam! Then we get to a point where three guys get on there, Jam Master Jay do a set, and then Run DMC run, and DMC come out and they do their whole set. Then they get to a part when they be like, anybody in the arena got Adidas on, take your shoes off, put them in the air. You know what I'm saying? So I'm looking, still not realizing what my daddy had bought me and my cousin and him, and I'm seeing other people put their shoes up, and I'm like, wait, oh shit, that's what I got. That's what we got. Oh, I get to do this. So I'm like, yeah. So, but when I'm looking around and I'm seeing people that look like me, I'm seeing white people, I'm seeing old people, I'm seeing young. So it was at that point, like because prior to that, Transformers, GI Joes, comic books, that was my life. And then the music, like I said, prior to hip hop. But it was from that moment on, it was like, no, I'm hip hop. Hip hop is where I'm about to be. That's where I started buying Source magazines, rap pages, rap sheets, going to the Mammoth flea market, buying cassettes and CDs, going to, my cousins every time he gets some money, we going to the tape store. I'm either dubbing, he buying the shit because I ain't have money, and then I'm dubbing his tape. So I'm taking the best songs out of every album he buying, and I'm picking my favorite songs, putting them on the mixtape. Right behind me, I got a whole roll of tapes called Shit to Drive By, where I made mixtapes, and I would be making them, and then I'm putting them in their cars, and they got the Chevy Monte Carlos and Regos, and we bumping like my mixtapes, and so it went from like that, and then going on. But when they talk about collecting, I still have that ticket stub. My very first ticket stub was the Fresh Fest.
Crazy, bro.
That's where it really transformed for me. But prior to that, when people talk about how long I've been collecting, like I still got the toys that my mother bought me or jackets my father made me when I was a kid, like and to say Little Larry, like and stuff like that. So I just was raised like my grandmother was like, everything that was old becomes new. So if you ever like bell bottles. I remember my cousin coming over there. She had a party, and it was like, man, they got to dress up like the '70s. And my grandma was like, oh, I still got some of my stuff. And it was like she went there, and my cousin won. I was like, and that stuck in my head, like, and they always kept stuff, And so I was like, I just never threw anything away. And I was that dude, like, that's what I'm saying. People know me from Instagram and all my pictures and that, but I was like, always had a disposable camera. Like I grew up when you go on Sundays over your parents' house and whoever had the photo album, the whole family kind of gathered around, and you just, that's your uncle and and so that always stuck with me because it was like a ritual. Like it reminded me of like in the countries where if you have a tribe and somebody's telling you the story, your lineage of your history and your family history. So I just always took pictures. That's never changed. And I was always the one, like people, my brother, my family that was in the streets, every car they had, every 100 spoke Dayton's, every rims they had, all this stuff. I always had it. But, they trusted me because in the streets, I was a part of it, but I wasn't in it. It looked cool, but they would let me get a little glance of it, like drive their cars, getting dropped off in the at school with Cadillacs with 100 spoke Dayton's and drop tops and booming speakers and driving down the block like boom, boom, like
Right.
stuff like that. But they would let me just get a piece of that. But the other side of it, like I say, if police do those raids, just like y'all talk about in New Orleans on Tuesdays and Thursdays. If something happened, I would know about it, and I was that one like, after they do this sweep, let me go in there and get my partner's CD player, the radio, the TV, not to sell or anything, but why if they were in jail, like let me hold it or anything, like let me make sure they stuff is good. And then when they get out or when they get, I'm the one like, man, I still got the TV or I still got the Nintendo games. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's like, oh man, well shit, you can keep it. Like I've been in jail. Like it's been cases like people been in jail for years, and I'm like, I still got your Nintendo. I still got your Sega Genesis. And then they like, man, you a real nigga. You kept that shit, you know what I'm saying? It's yours. So I got shit like that, VCRs, plenty stuff like that, where people was like, man, that was solid, bro. You ain't had to keep that.
That is dope, bro. That is dope. Like, man, hearing your story, I've been recording on something and it made me instantly think of being in the right place at the right time when the one of the biggest genres in the world of music impacted you and you just this is your reaction to it. That was your reaction. Your daddy put you in the game, you feel me, off of what it felt to him, and to have you a part of that. You hear me? And you was bit by the hip hop bug early. You hear me? And
Yeah.
you was dressed for the occasion.
Dress for the K. That was 1986, the Fresh Fest.
Yeah, that's hard, bro. I I cheer you on, bro. Like I see you and just be cheering you on just for the fact that I feel that I know that you bring that type of reaction and vibe when you enter a room at places, and I know that these people should feel the same way I feel, but we don't get that. I used to get that when I walk in record stores on tour and stuff, and I'm in Florida somewhere that I've never heard of a city in there, and they got a small record store, and I see they got all these posters, life-size movie posters and stuff, and I'm like, man, let me buy that, man, let me buy that. I had a studio on top of the Broadmoor movie theater in Baton Rouge, right?
Mm,
My
mm-hmm,
landlord was Fred Williams, the gentleman that executive produced the Dolomite movies.
mm-hmm, mm.
He dated Walona, bro, in real life. You heard me?
Yeah.
And I didn't know this, right? So I got to know him, and I had nothing but memorabilia stuff in there, not to the vast collection you have, but it was, something that made me feel good about hip hop, made me feel good thinking back to my childhood. So to be born in Detroit, to be blessed with a family, grandma giving you some wise advice, things that are old will once become new again. That's one to grow on, bro.
Yeah, because you look at cassettes, they making a resurgence. Vinyls all coming back. All this nostalgia. Me last year doing 7 to 8 hip hop exhibits because people saying we need your stuff on display. Like you can't really go to Amazon or eBay to find some of these things, or it's gonna be real pricey. Like nope, like I got mag like print, just like how. That's when I realized like how valuable this stuff is. Like because you can't just go into the store and buy this shit. Like you know what I'm saying? Like my Nipsey Hussle cassette is signed by him. Like you may be able to buy a Nipsey Hussle cassette, but nobody in the world I've researched, nobody has one signed by Nipsey Hussle.
No,
You know what I'm saying? Afeni Shakur signing the autograph, Bun B, all them autographs, things like that. Like you may not this power right here, everything's autographed. Like this is like I don't even buy stuff online that's autographed. Like it's for me remembering that moment. Like, what I'm saying? I always look at it like a spiritual hip hop vitamin. Like if I even had a bad day or was feeling down, I can look at this and be like, Man, I remember I went to Fiend and we went to the show and it was Mystical and Juvie and I met him and he signed it like and we had this moment and it was this conversation like so that Nipsey cassette was like I remember being in the line and I showed him the Nas and the Redman and Scarface and he was like, "Oh, you really do this, man." So he signed the cassette and he was really talking to me. But meanwhile, it's a line of people ready to meet him too. But it was like for that moment, it felt like we was the only people in that Foot Locker having that conversation and my daughters was about on the side. And it was funny, like my daughters is they didn't know him, but they was in there arguing like, is this Snoop Dogg or not? Like they didn't know but I remember that conversation. I remember him chopping it up, and he was like telling the cameraman to, get this. Like I always know that's when it clicked. Either when an artist pull out their phone or they ask a video guy, man, get this code, and I always make the tape. You know what I'm saying? But I remember full circle. It's like with artists when I'm out because I'm always at in stores and the fans usually like you remember me from this. You remember, I went to school with you and y'all got to play the game of either yes or no or yeah I remember. You know what I'm saying? But I remember months later, uh, Nipsey was in the city. It was Ross and Zaytoven, Big Boy. It was a contest where like one rapper gets with a producer and whoever made the best one, you can go get a single deal or whatever. So I'm in there with my dude Kerosene, and I'm taking a selfie with him, and I ain't paying no difference. Me and him took the picture, but and I get there and I'm like, Nipsey was in the back. He's doing like this with his neighborhood shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, boom, and I'm like, oh shit, like I didn't ask. He just whatever. But then I went over there. I didn't even try to go. He was like, man, you don't remember me? We met at the store with your daughters, and I signed the tape, and I'm like, damn, like he remembered that. He remembered me. Like, you know what I'm saying? I know at that point he was nipped. Like he done met the world around the world and back. And for him to remember that moment, it stood out for me because it's like, damn, you don't think that he was gonna do that to me. That's usually the reverse. Like I said, a fan, or when I'm out with my mom and Eric Sermon is telling my mom, and he's EPMD, and he telling my mom, man, your son is, a legend. Like I'm like, the fuck, like I'm supposed to be telling my mom that about you, but like you said, it's like how did that become that transformed that? But I always just kept the love. Like it's, I don't have no, I don't need an artist to be on my mixtape. I'm not asking for a feature. Like I've always seen people ask of y'all, like, can y'all do something for them? So right. I always knew to just be different. Like I'm gonna either say thank you, I appreciate you, and I probably got 5 tapes. Man, pick one, sign one, and I'm out your way. It's love and respect. But after years of doing that, every time y'all drop an album, back then it was every 2 years, or whatever y'all drop. I'm right. Just in line with my autograph. But after time, certain niggas is like, damn, this nigga here every time. Oh, that's damn. I remember you last time, the first album, the third, So then after years, like artists like Tip or Crit or Killer Mike or yourself or anybody where I'm at them in stores, everyone. And then you look over a course of 10 years, I got all your CDs and tapes. Like, I pull up and you like, damn. Like you said, y'all in the mix working. Like when I did it to KLC, and he was like, I've been in the studio. We didn't get a chance to go outside. We were just cooking that shit up. So for him to see it, and I'm laying it out on 85 South, the whole everybody shit, the whole No Limit Run, when they dropped 27 albums, I think in 98 or something, and I've got them all right there laid out. And it's like, damn, like I love that because it's like y'all working. Y'all didn't see, the appreciation that the people, like people, when I had KLC here, people like, man, your music raised us, but so y'all didn't get a chance to do that. So that's why like it's dope that I've transitioned to doing things for artists and putting them on a press run, a media run, because I'm taking them outside and it's like, oh, Nuface here. I know somebody about to come. Like, oh, he bringing somebody, and it's like it's just for them to receive that love because it's like I know I had it because I was probably a family man or I'm making art and I'm listening to y'all music while I'm creating whatever or my regular life day to going to work or taking my kids to school. So my way of saying thank you is like holding hip hop at its highest regard. Like that's our culture and it's people that look like me because in school they was taking to this museum and we celebrating Picasso and people that did Mona Lisa and and Rembrandt's and it was great art, but these people did not look like us. You know what I'm saying? So it was nothing, I know Gordon Parks, so I needed, and so that's why Yo MTV Raps was important to me. Rap City was important to me because I'm seeing people on platforms that look like us. You know what I'm saying? So I could relate and I could connect more to that. You know what I'm saying? So that's really where it transitioned to in Atlanta, because it's like now I when I came to Atlanta, it's like, oh, this is really black. This is really black. And it's black people having it, because in Detroit, it looked like it was school, uh, the streets, dope money, or you was working in a plant. Ford, Chrysler, GM, Audi, and I was a nigga that was just doing art, and I seen a ceiling in Detroit for me. I didn't see where I fit in. I love hip hop, and when rappers came, the only rappers I seen was Luke, Too Short, like that's really it. And they, but and then the other rappers I seen, they were knowing my street family, so it wasn't. I couldn't be like they was handling street business. I couldn't be a fan in that aspect, so my access was limited. But when I got to Atlanta, my first is Freaknik, so it's like damn, like everybody I seen on TV, JD, Crisscross, Camp, Jelly, all this stuff. I'm seeing in real time and living their regular lives, not even on some like artist shit. I'm seeing them for the people they are.
Tell me this here. What year was that you went to that first Freaknik?
So I came for a visit in '94.
Okay.
Came to '94 for a college tour for all the Spelman, all the whole HB Spelman, Morehouse, everything. They gave us a 2-hour break in '94, and so I just like on some Detroit shit. I'm gonna just hop on the bus and see where it take me, just to check out the city. I was never scared to get on the bus in Detroit, so I'm like, let me check it out. So the bus goes down the street, couple streets, we end up on Peachtree, deadlock. Wrong move, but great move, because I'm looking out the window and I'm seeing drop tops, niggas with
Oh,
perms, girls with bamboo earrings, girls twerking on the stage on their cars, and Jermaine Dupri on 4-wheelers with Red Man, the key from her.
oh,
Like I'm just like, oh, what the fuck? Like this, oh shit, like that's too short. Damn, that's the dog pound. That's damn, that's like I'm seeing these people in real time. So I
so,
went back home, like, nah, I'm going to CAU. I had to find a reason. Like, I didn't, that wasn't the intention. I was just visiting, but I need a reason to come back. And I found out that college was my reason to come back. And it was CAU, Clark Atlanta University.
nice. Nice. Hey, I too, the Outkast first album made me want to move to Atlanta.
Mm,
You hear me? Like listening to the skits and stuff made me, oh my God. Hey, I wrote so many songs, so many verses off of this album. You heard me? Oh my God, bro. Listen, look, hey, they caught me in the fine line between what we looking for. You heard me?
yeah,
And it was like a BET, it was like a Jet Magazine audio, looking at the covers, on some grown-up shit, right?
yeah.
Um, People remember how you make them feel, bro. I know you get this. This is why, to me, Nip responded to you like that. Uh, like this, I'm trying to tell you, you taking a person to a different part of their innocence. So, in my music, I get that people, you have a special place in their heart, their mind, and a space with them because of how you make them feel. So,
Mm-hmm.
when you pulling up on a Rick Ross and you pulling out certain magazine covers, certain projects, when you pulling up on a Erica Badu, when you pulling up on all these Eric Sermon, all these type of dope people, bro, you waking up an innocent part of why they did it, what it meant to them when that first time hearing themselves on the radio. And to me, that's an automatic connection. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
For them to hold on to that and for them to compartmentalize this, and because now they're this superstar, but to see that is to kind of go back and wake that up. You heard me?
yeah.
So these people, I love the fact that they embrace you like that because I know you're making them feel some kind of way. And people remember, make them feel.
Because you're saying something that I learned as a father, right? So like hip hop really made me be a attain to be a great father. It's always a better level. You can always do greater as a parent. But it was songs like, even before I became a father, songs like "Daddy, Where Have You Been?"
Hmm.
Biological didn't bother.
Hmm.
Eminem talking about his daughter on Mockingbird. But it was Daddy, Where Have You Been with Jay-Z and Beanie Siegel talking about their tours of childhood and their father not being there. You never played football with me. You never did this. And it was like, that stood out to me. Like, I was like, and college, like, man, I need to, if I do have a kid, I need to be there so much that they'll never make a song about me that way. You know what I'm saying? But to your point, what I want to connect is I always read, and Afeni Shakur taught me two things. She taught me that when your child gets disciplined, she never whooped Tupac. She never, beat him or anything. She made him read. She
Mm.
made him read newspaper, Black Panther pamphlets, everything like that. And then at the end, she would kind of give me a summary of what you read. And while that, that wasn't, while it looked at it as punishment, but it created the Tupac that we know. She was putting game on him. So I always, any one of my daughters, you'll never hear any type of discipline with me beating them. They would read books. They already knew. Well, it changed with the phones. I take your cell phones, but we reading the books. But to your point, the other one was, you can buy children anything, they'll do that, that'll come and go. But they'll always remember how you made them feel and the lessons you taught them.
Right.
Just the other day, my daughter was saying we had something, they were talking about networking, and I thought of you. And I was like, oh shit, because I didn't, she doesn't know, she knows what I do, but to her, to connect, what I'm really doing is really networking. I'm building relationships. And her name is an inspiration of that. Her name is Karma. And that let me know what you put in the world is come back, and that's social currency, but I call it karma currency. I know what I put out in the world, it's gonna come back to me, and I'm planting seeds that maybe I might not even eat from. But what happening is I am kind of eating from, and it's kind of my harvest season because of the love and the respect that I'm getting from this culture that I held high. I'm receiving it in real time. You know what I'm saying? So that's definitely what you to your point. Like, people always remember how you feel because I'm always the one doing something different. I'm in this line. I don't ask for any. I'm not. I don't. And then getting the phone numbers. I have an artist in my phone, and I don't never call them. I'm calling them like, how you doing? How you well being? How your family doing? I got an opportunity for you. I got a show for you. Or I'm doing this event, man. This is going on. You want to pull up? You can pull up with me. Like, people remember that because we all know the nigga that's always needs something, that always got a bad story or good, bad news. And I want to be that one where it's a safe place. You know what I'm saying? It's a safe place. And I don't need anything. I want the best for y'all because y'all, we outside. I really be outside, you know what I'm saying? So I gotta keep this face card, right? You know what I'm saying? Or like you said, come in the room and know that it's positive vibes, you know what I'm saying? So when I come to these and I'm like I said, every Ross and I'm every
Man,
album run, I'm here every one, I'm at every one. Easy. Cause I
he,
was there.
he,
Easy. And that's the thing too. This is I'm trying to show people support. Like, this, I wasn't rich. Like, this is hard earned money. Like, our tapes, these $12, CDs, $20. No Limit had us in the store every Tuesdays. And I wasn't just buying the No Limit shit. So it's like, that's hard earned money. You know what I'm saying? So that's really support. And it's not, I don't, I'm not saying that like y'all owe me anything, but I'm saying no, I owe y'all. And I felt it was worth it. It was valuable to me. And it's still a value because I still have it.
you know what I dig about it, bro? I still love the fact that you could be a supporter and a fan of most things.
Mm-hmm.
Always respect that. I always respect that. I got another cat I know. He's from South Carolina.
Mm-hmm.
He's a fan of everything, right? I don't care what coast, and I love that for him. I love that for
Mm-hmm.
people because you're not restricted on what's good, and you get vast knowledge of these areas. If you ever visit these areas now, you got the information. Hip hop used to be the news that we couldn't get on TV.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
And
saying?
education. This BDP right here. X Clan. Like, that's what I love. And Killer Mike, like, they would say names or NWA Compton. That made me want to go to Compton or Marcus Garvey. Like, they would say Frederick, they were saying names that I didn't know. And back then we didn't have Google. So I had to go to an encyclopedia. I had to go. I really wanted to know who these people were. Like KRS One on this cover. I just seen it like he holding a gun, but who knew that this was, representation and paying homage to Malcolm X? I had to do
Yeah.
that research. And then
Yeah.
when it clicked, I'm like, oh shit. Like, and so when you hear songs called You Must Learn and My Philosophy and that edutainment, until like you said, we were the news when the riots broke out, NWA and them being on the scene and telling their story. I'm like closing my eyes, like I'm in Compton, and that's what I love about hip hop, because I can close my eyes and listen to a No Limit, Cash Money. I feel like I'm in New Orleans and I want to go like these places. And that's what brought me to Atlanta, like hearing them talk about Greenbrier Mall and Peachtree and Campbellton Road and East Point and Decatur. Like, I'm like, so when I got here, I'm like, oh shit, so I'm that dude like taking the picture. I'm like, oh shit, that's, okay, that's Lenox Mall. I'm here, oh shit, they go, okay.
Right.
Yeah. So like I said, when I'm in New Orleans, I'm like, oh, Peaches. Oh, I'm going to Peaches. Oh, there go the Soldier Slim wall right there. Or I went to the pier where Mystical shot the video, his first, not the video, but the album cover. So I saw the bridge. And I
Right.
had the Mystical CD on me. So I'm like, oh shit, that's the damn bridge.
Right.
This
Right.
yeah.
Reenactment.
I'm like, I got the bridge right there.
Exactly. You heard
And
me?
that's autographed. So I'm taking the picture and that bridge behind me, and I got the Mystical CD. I'm like, there go the bridge. Like on some real, it's real love.
I think
And you talk about the coast, you saying not restricted. So it's like I do the same thing with, so like up here is I always put the favorite, but it's two sides. So like I would always say this is the West Coast side.
crazy.
So you're gonna see Pac, Thug Life,
40.
E40, MC8, Compton
Right.
Most Wanted.
Right.
Then down here you got some Spice One, DJ Quick.
Right. Oh, wow. Murder's the case. I got a lot of this stuff on CD. To see this,
Mm,
man, listen, I bought this stuff, bro, on cassette,
yeah.
HQ certificate. EA Ski chopped it up with him not too long ago, with him and KL on the
Mm,
phone. Mac
mm.
10, Mac 10, the Doc, DLC also somebody made me want to rap. I was dressing like that dude in seventh grade with a black trench coat and the LA King.
Oh man,
You heard
all,
me?
all
Yep.
the shorts,
Man, that's
the
crazy.
Bay, the
But
Bay Area,
oh,
and then I go down there and I got I do and then we got the South, uh, 8 Ball, all Suave House.
right. Wow.
We got Memphis. Then we go down here, and that's like, and you're gonna see that tank,
Right.
all
Right.
all that tank stuff right there.
Right. I'm about it on cassette. Crazy, bro.
And there's so many. I had to go over to that row.
Right. Wow.
Young Bleed, Mean Green, True, Concentration Camp. And then
Wow.
we got all the ladies. This is all the girls. Queen
Okay.
Latifah,
That's dope. They
Boss.
in that section too.
They got their own the Trim, the Brat. And then over here is like I would say is my East Coast. So
Okay.
that's my Jay-Z, AZ, Noriega,
Wow.
Nas, Onyx, Eric B. and Rakim, Coogee Rap, Redman, EPMD, De La Soul,
Wow.
Biggie, Nori. Then I got my Detroit shit,
Come on.
Esham, Nodis, Mastermind, Dice, MC Breed, all my West. Then we got Cleveland. I would call it Midwest. So that's like Bone Thugs,
Right.
Common. Then we got some Crisscross, X Clan, Bloods
Wow.
and Crips. Then this would be considered all like the mixtapes. And then, like I was telling you, all the ones that I made in high school,
Wow.
just all that's down there. And then, I would keep, and like you said, the culture, I collect everything. So like
First,
comic books, my thing before that. And then I'm an avid reader. So
nice. First class tour right here. I appreciate this. A first class tour, baby.
come on, we got gems up there. The purple tape, Cuban link, autograph.
So many times.
Look at that G.I. Joe, my favorite characters, that Cobra Commander, Snake
Wow.
Eyes.
Snake eyes.
Purple tape. And this right here is purple tape collection. All three of these are purple tapes.
Okay.
That's if you take that out, that's Pusha T. And like I said, this is new artist. So
Okay.
Pusha T is a new tape. That's purple.
Wow.
Still in the rapper. Eminem first tape. Still in the rapper. You
Another
can look
round.
it up and see how much that cost. Look what color that is.
Wow. First,
Purple. Everybody know this one.
first
Everybody
purple.
know that
First
one.
purple
Only
cassette.
And maybe you may have the purple tape, that's fine, but it's yours signed by Raekwon and Ghostface
Man,
and
it's
the owner
yours.
of the label
Ooh,
Steve Rifkin of Loud Records. Like that,
yeah, that's
that's
next.
where it comes into being different.
That's next level, bro.
Then we got toys, big on toys.
Wow.
Detroit. I'm a Detroit nigga, so I got that Barry Sanders,
Ooh, you got the Barry Sanders up in there. Come on.
that Chauncey Billups.
Chauncey Billups. Come on.
Come
Duke
on.
Dumars.
We got that He-Man. My
Oh,
brothers right here.
Hung
These my
Rock.
right here. These my brothers. First ticket stub. They first sold out show. Nuface was there.
That's
Every show I've been to, I kind of buy these and take these.
right.
G.I. Joe's, who was a Snake Eyes, Cobra Commander. I still got these. These real valuable. That Juwan Howard
Right. Praise.
limited edition. And then the moment I was telling you about, it's stamped right there. Now, my daughter's right there, and you see it right there. And again, I don't just have his music, and my hand is both the tapes and CDs. Like that's and the Crenshaw shirt, so he know like this ain't.
Oh,
I'm for real,
man, I'm supporting you 100. You're in no doubt. Like, man, that's crazy.
real. And then you want to talk about, like you said, everything. We got that. What you want? You want Blockbuster Night? You got a VCR?
I got a VCR on deck in the garage. You got the Bar the Last Dime movie. Come on, man. Murder was the case. Superfly. He said, you want a blockbuster movie rental night? Pull up on me. That
Signed
was
by KLC. We need that Corey Miller when he get out, still in the rapper. You go to Peaches right now and ask her how much the one she's selling. Ask her how much the one she's selling, and your boy got it in the rapper. So that means mine's worth more.
like a man, right?
Yeah.
This
Scarface, the double tape. The movie was so long. Casino, double tape. Goodfellas, double tape. Dead Presidents, Menace, classics.
like Brasco. Come on, man.
Then we got that everybody knew some Bruce Lee, some Jackie Chan.
Like a man. Like a man. I still watch the Bruce Lee flicks to this day. That one with him and Kareem Abdul-Jabbar in that joint.
Oh yeah, yeah. When they had to go to the top level, that
Yeah,
yellow.
yeah.
Yeah,
Boy, you got
the
some
whole
great stuff
vinyl.
in the vinyl. Come on.
We got vinyl for days, man. We
Wow.
Lauren, this is women. I had the girls because I was with Badu, so I was like, let me just find all of my girls.
Oh,
Pastor Troy,
you cut
D
up.
Rock, Bankhead Bounce before he was on Yin Yang Twins, Atlanta Classic,
I
Baby
said,
D, East Side,
shout out to the Camp.
D4L, signed by Fabo, Laffy Taffy.
Crazy. Oh, that's it right there. Sade, that's it.
Come on now.
Was
They'll
in
find
my house,
like
man. Telephonics. I was in the house as a kid. I remember seeing that album cover like distinctively funkadelic. I
album,
was like,
Outcast. So when I seen Outcast covers, I was like, damn, that's like this, them Funkadelics.
what? To me, they processed and moved toward that level of creativity and decided to be like this new version of funk and
Mm-hmm.
soul, and I thought that was dope. I mean, I was telling somebody the other day, Gip and Three Stacks embraced it on stage, like
Yeah.
the Africa Bambaataa in them, and what I'm saying,
Mm-hmm.
that just literally owned up to the brand, owned up to their taste of music, owned up to their representation of their artistry. You feel me?
Yeah, yeah. R.I.P. Lola, Gangsta Boo, man.
And happy belated birthday, Gangsta Boo. Such an awesome, dope artist and individual. You feel me?
Daz Dillinger remade this cover for his solo debut on Death Row,
Man,
Retaliation. He based it off this Marvin Gaye cover right there. Same
oh,
cover,
yeah.
inspiration.
Right. I had that on vinyl too. I got that too. Got that on vinyl. Crazy, bro.
Queen,
Wow.
girl, Shaka
Wow.
Khan.
Oh my God. I
Steve.
got that. That's my favorite artist in the world right there.
Woo, yeah, boy. That's the one.
Yeah. Roberta Flack. Wow, man.
Like I said, it ain't just hip hop, bro. I was raised in music.
Straight up.
Detroit.
Wow.
Look, and mine signed Boogie Down Production. Love's gonna get you.
Get you that shit was so hard.
Aretha Franklin.
Hmm. Pink Cadillac.
Come on. So yeah, I can do this. I can do that. And that's what Ludacris had. And produced by KLC. Move bitch.
I was there.
Yeah. And
Look
then
that
we
up
can go
online.
there. We got the Nintendo. I keep my strap on me.
I know that right, baby. Come on.
And
Duck
then
hunting.
this is this is more, and now this is something new that I started collecting now. So now they got hip hop action figures.
Okay, wow. All right.
So that's Grandmaster Flash.
Slick Rick. I bought that album. Keras One by all means necessary.
And then Big Boy.
One of the greatest hip hop groups ever created.
Yeah, then I keep I always buy my Funko. So, but I got the hip hop one. So that's like Biggie,
Nice.
got Pac, got Biggie in there, and got Marvel Comics. But then we got the Basquiat, we got the Run DMC,
We got
we got the one for the kids, Jam Master Jay, Eric Easy E Wright. Who was that? DJ Khaled, Biz Marquee. We got that Biggie Ready to Die back there.
what I
You
bought
got
that to that. I'm talking about back and forth and back.
Then we got that Allen Iverson back there, based
Nice.
off that one. Trey Young, and then Miles Morales. Like I said, the collection is very vast and running out of space on the wall. Man. Look, we got rap posters all over here, man.
Oh,
Afeni
that's
Shakur, who got
right.
that Afeni?
That's the main one. You heard me?
Who
Oh,
got
that's
that Afeni? Who got that Afeni Shakur sign double XL to say "Love Liara"? Talking to my daughter. My daughter was in her school, so she was like her teacher.
okay. Wow.
Queen stuff, my babies, and
Straight
then
up,
art on the wall.
Malcolm and Martin hanging out.
And then this is kind of where I keep the people say like the magazines and stuff.
Okay.
Like this is where I keep the magazines.
That's hard, bro.
This is also like where I keep, more artwork.
Tell me this. You think one day you may possibly get your own like museum and just be able to transfer these things and possibly make it for the public to enjoy? Is that in the near future with all these collectibles?
Yeah, that's definitely the goal. A traveling exhibit is
That
definitely like a go to every city. So say if I go to if I go to the West Coast, I'm gonna have like an exhibit, and I'll bring all my West Coast, my no, my Death Row, my DOCs, my Dog Pounds, my all those things, and I'll put a West Coast representation. And if I go to Miami, I'm gonna bring all my Two Live crew, RIP Fresh Kid Ice, Brother Marquise. I'm gonna bring my Rick Ross, my Trick Daddies, my Trinas out.
AT
I
Money.
want to yeah. I want to go different I want to go different cities and show love to each city, then
Yeah.
eventually come back to Atlanta. Cause I actually did one in Atlanta during the pandemic for about 3 months. It was called Nostalgia. So that's my brand as a collector, and that's my museum exhibit. I'm Nuface, so the exhibit is called Nostalgia.
Okay.
And that's where I filled out a bank. It was a bank downtown. It was a former bank, maybe in 1910. And ironically, it was a whites only bank, so black people couldn't even bank there.
Okay.
But in 2020, I opened it up and was able to have an exhibit sponsored by Red Bull, Greenwood Whiskey, and I filled this whole bank up with my collection, but also art by black artists, so they can sell their work too. And then a very famous piece was called a rhyme capsule. This is a smaller version of it,
Okay.
but he had a larger version. That's a Swarovski crystal, and you can put cassettes inside of it. Very heavy too, like
Hard.
very heavy. But he had a larger one that was on display. And then another guy had artwork that Ti eventually ended up buying, but I filled it up, and then it had a vault in the bottom, and I filled it up with Cash Money stuff, No Limit stuff, like because that's they all represented money, and I had Dungeon Family stuff because that was the basement, so I filled that all up. And for like 3 months, I had tours. I was, you can either buy a ticket and walk around freely if you want, or pay a little bit higher, and you're getting like a tour from me where I'm telling you like the inspiration for some of these things that I got. Like I was telling you like how long I've been collecting. So you look at this right here. Like my daddy bought me this.
All right. Wow.
My daddy bought me this hoodie and put my name on the back of it. Still got it.
Still
Still
got it.
got it. Still got it. My mama bought me this toy. This
Straight up.
buddy right here.
All right.
You know what I'm saying? It's this tag say 1976.
Crazy, bro.
Still got it. Still got the snotty nose, bloody nose stains, everything. Man, I'm scared to
Yeah,
wash him. He might fade away if I put him in the washing machine. I'll wash this.
right. That's
So
hard.
like I said, I just turned this passion and into that's what I love, and I just love being the love that I receive from giving the love, because that's really what it's all about, man. It was never for no financial gain. I never sold anything. You know what I'm saying? It's been featured in music videos, movies, and maybe somebody want a video that looks like the 70s or the 80s and 90s, 2000. They're gonna call me and be like, I need some of them magazines, and that's been the case. Rap City, every time the BET Awards came to Atlanta for the 2 years, they called me because they brought back Rap City. So if you look at those shows, those episodes that they brought on the table with Big Tibble or a wall, that's all my collection on display. You know what I'm saying? And I did the graffiti wall. So it's just like an honor to be a part of like the Rock the Bells cruise, the first ever hip hop cruise. Nuface decorated the cruise. You know what I'm saying? So it's an honor to get a check from Rock the Bells, which is owned by LL, and that end up full circle. That's the first rapper I ever seen live in my life. You know what I'm saying? So it's just serendipity for me to be like, be a part of the culture, but not to, be find a way to monetize it. Like Killer Mike and Tip was always in my corner. Like, how can we help you monetize? Or you should be monetizing, because what you're doing is really somebody's job at a label, or what you're doing is value. So make sure you're getting paid. And they're putting this in my ear because, like I said, I always had something outside of music to where I didn't depend on, I didn't need, I wasn't looking for money on this side. I was doing stuff where money was fine, a career, and I owned the Avis. So I had to find that balance once I quit that job. It was like, all right, now I had the money, but I wasn't walking in my purpose. Now I got the purpose, but I don't have the money. How can I find that balance? I'm full of purpose and I'm full of peace, and my peace, I don't own nobody got to tell me what time you got to be when you come in. I had no boss. That
Right.
gives me the best freedom ever. Now
Right.
my job is to now monetize, because I have a family. I got bills to pay. I got to ensure this stuff. You know what I'm saying? I got to make sure the culture is preserved in the right way, and that takes money. So that's why now you'll see me. Maybe I do some promo posts, or yo, if I book a show for here, give me 10% or whatever, or managing artists. Like now it's like, let me turn something into a business, because now I'm full fledged into this. But I've seen people do that. Like shout out to Clay Evans, Grand Hustle working. He was a fan. Like I've seen Busta Rhymes talks about people that started as fans because they know what it's like. So when I can suggest something, I seen it work. I seen Crit from the before Def Jam to Jeff Jam to Independent and sold out shows. I seen 85 South doing Carlos doing shows at a pool hall while the basketball game on, strip club. Like I seen these evolutions. So I seen how they did it, and I'm subconsciously taking notes like what worked. Yes, the technology is different, but how do we maneuver and work in this social media age? And but I now in social media, I'm able to break through algorithms. You know what I'm saying? Even my page, people look at like everybody tell me like your page is the first one to pop up. You know what I'm saying? Or I seen Rick Ross post you, or I seen your story on Ti page, or kid like I seen Gip always reposting my stuff. Like you know what I'm saying? So it's like I don't have the most followers, but I look at it as quality over quantity. You look who like I didn't even know people know who follow me, because they be like, damn, Top Dog from TDE follow you. Like I didn't know that was a thing, but people see who follow me. So I found that there's value in that. Like I don't have the most followers, but look who follows me. And that's
Oh,
value in that, because if you're on my page, Rick Ross is probably liking that shit, and you're like, oh, that's I found there's value in that. So let me do that, because people invited me into things with no ticket. Like Killer Mike said that once. Like Nuface should never have to pay for a ticket. But
right.
for years I did, and I got over 5,000 ticket stubs, and they don't have tickets. But so that stuck out, and I was like, well, let me just bet on myself, and just if I know where an event is, I'm at the back door, and if it's meant to be, but look what happens. I be on stage. I done met Badu. Now I'm being invited as media to these things. I got passes. I'm able to invite people. Like that's like full circle. But look what support gets you. Look what love got you. You know what I'm saying? That's really the goal. Is like showing. Somebody said that too. I'm making support look cool, and what Nuface do, you can't start today. Like you was supposed to start 10 years ago. Like what does the new that's what we're working on now. What does the new face look like? Like there's people saying that. Like I'm an adjective. Like people say, I'm getting my new face on, or I
Show,
told Killer
show.
Mike, you know what I'm saying? So like I'm a whole adjective out here. And so it's like dope to get that kind of, recognition for something positive though, bro.
I think you nailed it, bro. I think also, I would love to do updates with you. This got to be interview one, bro. This got to be like episode one for us because we haven't scratched a whole nother other parts of service. But what you're saying is so informative. You hear me?
Thank
So I'm hoping that we can get some more time to come to get with you. Maybe we do one in person too. You know what I'm saying?
you. Yo,
It's
got to
just
do that.
that'd be dope. You hear me? So for on GP, could you please put out there your social handles so people want advertising with you because your platform is super valuable. It's authentic. It's authenticity. That's why people are tapped in. You heard me? That's why it's so valuable. So please put your social media handles and business info. So for anybody that want to tap in to your platform like that.
Okay, personally, yep. First of all, thank you for your platform and congratulations for creating your platform. I know it's, people stepping out of the realm. I was just talking to Scotty ATL, like, him transitioning from music to grills but he said David Banner was like, you do that because you can always come back to music and pivot to that. That's your love, Currency doing cars and he can always pivot back to the music. So I want to first congratulations on building this platform and keeping it going because it's a lot of people that just because of the pandemic, they didn't have nothing to do and they started something and they just didn't finish it. And it was quality stuff, but I get it. The world is open. It's shit to accomplish. But the fact that, one to be a part of and be a guest on it, but that you continuing on means more to me. So congratulations to that. And then just for the people, I'm gonna make sure you do get the recognition, let them know that these were signed. It was an anniversary coming up. You know what I'm saying? Mine's a sign.
I gotta ship you those two t-shirts too.
Hey, I need that one. But as far as social media handles, first thing you can do is look up Nuface was there. That's the logo. That's the sticker you're gonna be seeing worldwide or every post of mine. Everybody say watermark your post because people been taking my posts and they don't give me no credit. I wasn't worried that at first, but now people be in my DMs like, ain't that your bit? So
That
that lets
is
me
your
know
video. Get a man.
they know. And so as far as the page, New Face, New Face stands for New Underground Fashion, always creating excellence. But it also is like now new, what is it? Like I always said, urban fashion, always creating excellence. But it's like, I'm always combining all those two things, like urban fashion, always creating excellence. So education and things like that. So I want to if hip hop had like five elements, they say I want to be the fifth one, like on some knowledge, like the education of it. So New Face at New Face on all social media platforms. I think my MySpace still up, man. You know what I'm saying? I think my everything's still up. I keep that, and I still got my Motorola pages, so you can hit me on that. I got the if
Hey,
you need the BlackBerry
hey,
or you need the Nextel chirp. Any form of communication, man.
I
It's
still
hey,
got I still got Cassell's, baby.
hey, see that? You know that.
That's where I bought them at.
Well,
Atlanta. Atlanta.
oh yeah, you got to come to Giorgio's too when you come here, man. They got the Gazelles, the Sergio, Tashini, everything, man.
Guess
So
what? My next trip there, I'm gonna give you heads up. I'm pulling up. We not only having dinner, we just gonna catch up, bro. Like we overdue. You heard me? I'm proud of you, brother.
thank you.
I'm happy that people are embracing you. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's a very authentic vibe. I look forward to see where you're gonna be next. Who's gonna be able, you can pick that kid up in them, you feel me? So they can have that nostalgia
Sir.
moment. And I am here of service for you and to you if you need me, bro.
Yes, indeed. Actions speak louder than words, man. Your actions have proved that time and time again, man. So say less, my brother. You know it's love on this side.
Hey,
R.I.P. Tim, man. Soldier Slim.
hey, appreciate you, man. Today we had Nuface on Who Got That Fire, WGDF. He let us walk into his nostalgic house of straight memory. bro. Everybody ain't getting that. You got that exclusive to hear Nuface let us walk through this museum of his whole life of what hip hop, just the culture of entertainment has done. And he has first class, authentic pieces of that. And you got it here exclusively on Who Got That Fire. You heard me?
So that lets you know I got that fire.
Hey,
Come on.
Nuface got that fire. You heard me? Yeah, and we out. Peace.
Yes.